Getting any sort of edge, it's going to be key, especially at this level of, of course, Honor of Kings esports.
The global ban pick rule that we always love. You don't get to see the same hero twice in the same team, and it makes the players need to prepare at least 10 heroes that they know how to play in a specific role. So that just adds the difficulty for you to be a pro player in Honor of Kings esports and also at the top level.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, right? I mean, just being and why you need hero players that are very flexible in terms of what they can play, right? If they have a deep hero pool, and I'm talking like you're mechanically sound with all of them, you're gonna have a much better time. You have a higher chance. I know that there are people that are playing their ranked games that just kind of spam one single hero throughout. I'm guilty of one of those being those types of players, but you need to be, again, very flexible, able to play whatever you can to kind of fit the team.
Which is true. You don't just draft towards comfort nowadays. You need to draft based on meta and draft whatever is available and viable. You can see that Arlie, even on the hands of one of the best performance on Arlie, once it's countered, it's really countered. There's nothing much you can do to break the game wide open. And with BTR answering with Dolia and Luna, Nova Esports answer with Guan Yu and Arlie that they have expended in the previous games. Dharma will be the first pick coming in by BTR.
Yeah, let Ball kind of work, right? Let him get his Dharma. Let him kind of cook on this one. But the Chicha is going to be hovered, at least for now. This is something that they might be looking to go for Muchi to kind of set things up. Also with the Yuan or the Tooncaster in this case. I think both of those a little bit sustained. It kind of solidifies, again, that bottom lane, which Nova likes to do.
Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. We rarely see Chicha being selected on towards the red side. It's always a blue side first pick. And this Forge Maiden can be flexed 3 ways. You play the jungle, farm, and also the Clash lane. We have yet to see a Clash lane Chicha, but I've watched some of Shren's stream. He loves the Clash lane Chicha.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. But I mean, would you pick it against the Dharma? I mean, what are your thoughts on that matchup?
I think it's okay. Dharma's laning phase is not that strong, and Chicha does pretty well into these weaker laners, but this is the benefit of the red side draft coming from Nova, right? You get to observe until the very end, hence this Chicha gets to be flexed between Clash and Farmland if they want to do so.
Yeah, I like that flexibility. Definitely going to add on. I mean, even the Yuan has flexibility of its own, so it could be very interesting, and it could be kind of like, a little bit of bait, maybe, for BIGETRON right here, but they're going a little bit more stock standard with the Lapu Lapu or the Refart Datu, as well as Celestial. These are 2 heroes that they kind of like. Again, just solidifying the roam as well as the mid lane here.
Finalizing the draft with that, we have Zhang Fei revealing as the roamer here, which means this Tooncaster will be defaulting towards the mid lane pool for the side of Nova Esports. This Forge Maiden still remains as a mystery for me. It depends on what they actually ban coming in towards the 3rd and 4th slot for Nova. If they're banning more Clash lane, potentially we might see... Sorry, not Clash lane. If they're banning more of the farm lane, we might see it be flexed towards the farm lane role.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be interesting. I mean, where does BIGETRON? They know. They are like, man, I'm not sure where this is going to be. So a little bit of flexibility in terms of how they want to ban out here. But Nova Esports banning out the Ogren, something that they don't want to see. It sets it up. They expected the Chicha, the Forge Maiden, to be in the farm lane with that Byron ban, though.
This is an interesting setup, I would say. I'm still stuck behind that last game on how well both these 2 coaches are actually battling out in terms of draft. One small move, one wrong one, actually sets you so far behind. But Nova, they're coming in with a different playstyle, right? So last game, it was more of a tempo assassin, tempo matching for play. Now it's more of moving it into the jungle assassin role, where we see Kongling actually nurtures himself into. He favors more of the heroes like the Luna, Jing, and also Fate. So I'm excited to see what he provides in this specific matchup.
It looks like they're going to be aggressive, right? Let Konglin fly. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, we do know that he's very flexible and can be playing those aggressive junglers, but the Fade is definitely one of the most aggressive ones. The counter pick to that, of course, is going to be Zankyu's Musashi to deal with that. This could be an interesting duel, right? When he goes in, it's really going to come back to the Beast, Zhang Fei's Way Pit to kind of ensure that he does stay alive. So again, both of these T teams looking to counter pick one another.
So many carries coming in for Nova Esports, you kind of have to wonder who realistically have to give up farm. Is it going to be Wendy? And based on what we know on Wendy, when he plays the Yuhuan, he generally loves more farm being funneled in towards him here. So I'm a bit worried for Nova Esports draft right now.
Yeah, actually, Chicha, Fade, Yuan, Aaron, I mean, these kind of all need a little bit of farm, right? To kind of get going. Obviously, more for the Fade and the Aaron more than anything else. But they need to prioritize. They need to understand who is really going to be the carry at the end of the day. I think that it's going to be key going into this one. But if you're looking at BIGETRON, again, they're very smart. Like, this is, it's very clear cut in terms of what they want. Swordmaster, Zankyu, Musashi, he's the guy that's going to be farming. Then you have Lan Feng. It's going to be on the D-Ren J. He's going to be getting the farm. Everything else is just secondary. Keep those guys alive.
And Nua also covers in for the late game potential coming in for BTR. And if you pan yourself over to the Nova Esports lineup, right? We have Aaron, we have Chicha, and also the Fade. So these will be the key anchors coming in towards team, whereby there are multiple targets for you to jump on, but if you miss out on the major engages, the DPS pressure coming in for BTR will be pretty heavy because Nova has too many carries for them to actually look at.
Yeah. It's like, how many carries do you want? Yes. You know, I think that they're going with whatever they can go. I mean, this Chicha Clash Lane, to me, is going to be one of the more interesting ones to watch. Plus, matching it up with the Aaron Muchi and, of course, the Konglin Fade. This is a trio that I've never seen. Obviously, Chicha is a new hero, so it kind of makes it easier to say that. But these are heroes that are all kind of needing that farm. So to see how this one plays out, it's going to be interesting in this game, too, here.
And I believe this is one of our first ever Chicha in the Clash Lane. Usually, we see players like Bai, he enjoys playing it in the jungle. Players like Lan Feng, he enjoys playing it in the farm lane. But this is the first one that we are seeing it actually being flexed in towards the Clash Lane. Excited to see how Xuan plays it from a different lane perspective.
Yeah, I love it. I love the flexibility of that hero as well. It adds quite a bit in terms of how they want to go. But Ball taking a lot of damage already, so he needs to be careful. Understanding, the flash away. No, he's going to give up first blood. I think Xuan is very comfortable on this hero. Ball a little underestimating the damage that Xuan has.
So let me brief you why is this specific setup actually happens, right? So for those who don't know or don't play Chicha, every time she changes from melee form to range form, she gets a 50% of her spell refund of spell 1 and spell 2. That's why she can keep spamming her spells and arrows to take down Bao. So Bao was busy clearing the waves. Xuan was like, okay, I'm just gonna hit you, get 2 arrows in, and you're gone.
Yeah. Ball already having a terrible game. I mean, compared to game 1 where he didn't die a single time. But again, I think he just caught it out. I mean, I don't think he's even familiar with this matchup. Chicha really catching him off guard. He really underestimated the damage there.
I believe so. He overestimated it. We do see due to the depth with the mid lane here onto his Kong lane.
Yeah, Zankyu, though, has to just kind of dash away. F1, though, he's going to look to go in for this as well. He flashes, but Zankyu's going to be picked. Xuan with yet another kill. He wants to get maybe another one, and he's gotten all of the kills from Nova.
The KI is 3 MVP. Half MVP is angry, and just within 2 minutes of the game, he's 3-0 on Chicha.
Yeah, so I think BIGETRON right now are like, okay, this Chicha, this is a problem, especially from the Clash lane. It's not even the jungler or the mid or the farm. This is one from the Clash lane that is completely dominated and is now going to just own that top lane.
Oh my god, if you're a Bao, you're not going to be feeling good because you're against a 3 kills on a Chicha, double buffs, and yeah, cut it. Like, Bao, he needs to find tempo somewhere else. Laning will never be an issue right now for Xuan anymore. For Bao, it's about finding tempo with the future True Contrast on the key target, especially Kong Ling or Muchi later on.
Yeah, so most of that farm, obviously more farm will be funneled into Zankyu as well as Lan Feng. Ball right now, it's more about that initiation, just the stuns, the controls. Let the damage dealers do their work. Yes, you might be losing. You're down about 1K at this stage. This feels bad, man. And this is not great, but you're up against one of the best in the world in Xuan.
Perfectly agree. And check out the gold right now for both the Clash Lane and jungle coming in from Nova Esports. Konglin has already completed his tier 3 jungle item, which gives him direct access towards minion sharing here. And we see Ball going in.
Oh, Konglin taking a lot though. The duel of death is going to be on point. They find him. They get that kill, and Schwan being bounced around as well. Here's the umbrella upper. Schwan looking to turn this around, and he doesn't go down. ZonQ making him pay, and finally, the great demon that is Schwan goes down.
Perfect timing coming in from the side of BIGETRON by Vitality here. Getting the catch on towards Konglin, making sure that he doesn't get to move even a single bit, and Schwan, based on the play on the Riverside just that he had committed, he did not have flash in that specific fight, hence getting 2 back-to-back kills and getting that shutdown goal on towards the Kichicha.
Yeah, huge for ZonQ right there. Huge for BIGETRON in terms of just turning this game, right? Things were looking to get a little out of hand, but BIGETRON are like, okay, let's focus on that top lane. He becomes a main target. I mean, yeah, he had 3 of those kills, but he had that farm. Now we've taken that away. It's only 4 minutes into the game, and now they're looking to turn, but now Ball looking to decide to go in with that Raging Sea. It looks like they've been pushing away. They've already taken the Tyrants, which is what they've wanted, and Nova Esports not able to make them pay.
But they do have to give a bit of a tax here because you do burn the flash both on Bao and Langfeng. That's going to be 2 minutes of unknown danger that may be coming in towards you later on. So maybe, just maybe, Nova won in terms of the long con here if they can make something happen in the next 2 minutes.
Whoa, that is a very positive outlook on things. I would not have gone that far, but yeah, okay. If we're thinking of that, yeah, okay, yes. I can see it. I mean, definitely that is the way to go, but they have a long way. I think right now, BIGETRON right now, definitely finding now those avenues of attack. They're down about 800 gold, so Nova Esports, it's still their game to lose, but this is very close at this stage.
Jungle control as well coming from Nova Esports, just treating this jungle like their own base. Oh, but broadside.
Yeah, it looks like they've gotten the flash away, the annihilation, but they find ZonQ. It looks like he went too far ahead, and Konglin with a hardened Jade Seal ensures that they get the kill, but here comes Ball finding him.
He's alive.
The Stampede away. Wait, Pit, he's somehow alive? Oh my gosh, he's so tanky.
And this is a 4v5! While all this is happening, Shin is just having a field day in towards the top side, picking up all the farm he requires, and bot side is still continuing, and they're still putting a strong hold in for trying to protect this tower here. More kills, more resources in towards the pockets of Nova.
Red team.
Yeah, right now it looks like F1 is in a bad spot. Konglin looking for the chase, the flash away. F1 will be fine. But Schwan, man, he's been left alone. He's just like, he might be the new carry now.
Hey man, if you're playing the Chicha, you want all the gold to be in your pockets here. It's really different compared to the usual Byron, the usual Guan Yu sort of playstyle. You are actually playing like a core player. So for Schwan, the moment he hits that 2-item power spike, the Doomsday and also Spark Scorch, he's gonna be going really aggressive on targets like Lanfeng and Genmith.
Red team has destroyed
if he's able to find that target, right? If he's able to get on top. So it
to.
really comes back to BIGETRON of just ensuring that they stay alive, right? If ZonQ were to jump in, understanding that, hey, this could be a suicide mission, he needs to be very careful because Schwan is a problem. Konglin is there as well. Look at the gold lead that they have.
Ooh, 5,000 on towards Konglin. Shen comes in pretty close in second place, and the other BTR members all colliding on that bottom half of the map. So for now, it's still okay. Only a 1.8 goal lead for the side of Nova Esports. There's still room for BTR to find those big engages in making a potential swing in terms of the momentum.
Yeah, it's all about that momentum, and it looks like Nova Esports have all of it right now. I mean, Muchi right now, he's not actually farming. I mean, he doesn't have the highest of net worth because he's kind of like okay, if we go super late game, I will be ready. I will be able to get that farm because right now it's the Schwan Konglin show.
I think it goes back to a conversation here, but hang on a moment though.
Oh, it looks like they're going to kind of just poke and prod a little bit. Waypit still kind of going in for that. Might want to use that Umbrella Outburst. And now Schwan is showing up. Needs to be a little bit careful. The minion wave has been dealt with. But now they want the Crimson Golem before they head on out. The Umbrella Outburst just the zone. Really well played by Nova Esports. They get off with that red buff.
Huh, feels like something that F1 did back in last game. A Bridal Outburst is to push off the enemy sprite and then give it a easy access for Konglin to secure that. So rinse and repeat, getting the wins that don't need any potential repercussions, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, but Waypit did use the ult, and that is a bit of a gap in terms of when that's available again. Not the end of the world, it's still very early, but this is a moment where, again, you're just looking to zone as much as possible, and Nova need to kind of use that so that they take away all of the buffs as well.
And back to your topic on why Muchi is just walking around and not taking up any farm, it goes back to one of the few drafts that we saw earlier today. Farm is finite, and if you miss the flash token, okay, doesn't matter. But if you don't assign farm to the important members, it doesn't really allow your team to get to full effect. That's why Muchi is the one giving it directly, you know?
Yeah. I think that, I mean, it's not the end of the world for Nova. They understand again, just who needs it. Xuan and Konglin have been very, grateful and blessed in the sense that they've been getting all that farm, but Muchi will be there. Like, he's, again, another win condition. He just needs a little bit more time. As long as he stays alive and just kind of ensures that he's getting some sort of farm, because right now he's not doing the most amount of damage.
And Nova, positioning themselves towards the bottom side here, wants to take more attention towards this upcoming Crimson Golem.
Yeah, this is looking to go for another steal. The Annihilation's going to be on point, but the Hardened Jade Seal, yet another steal taken away. Nova Esports, it's on a timer, and now they actually look to find ZonQ, who's looking to go for this one. Duel of Death is going to be used defensively. The flash on forward, Xuan looking to just trade with ZonQ, and now the push away with that Truth Ball, buying a little bit of space. Everybody from BIGETRON right now looking to just at least stay alive.
Slight damage input coming in from the side of BTR, not the most that we would expect. We need more damage, hence this game needs to go longer for BTR to swing the momentum. I do believe that Gem Myth is a key factor that can contribute towards this, but at the very least right now, the members of Nova are pretty damn tanky.
Yeah, super tanky and annoying to deal with. They have not been able to burst. I mean, both squads right now, it's coming back to just like they've been able to outmaneuver one another, just staying alive. And at 10 minutes, only 6 kills.
Yeah, this is like last game, but it flips the script and it's more favoring towards the side of Nova Esports right now with a 2,000 gold lead and I would say pure control over this Tyrant because you have to fade.
Oh, it looks like it's been leashed. It's going to go back in. This buys a little bit more time, but now F1 in a bad spot. The Jade Seal is going to be on point, killing him. Ball looking for the back line. He's not able to do too much. He gets picked off as well. Konglin with a double, and now Nova Esports have turned this game on its head as they find Lanfeng. Konglin, an absolute sniper. Team Ace, give the man a quadra.
Red team.
You know he's definitely not happy after that performance in game number 1. He's biting back hard with some of his signature assassins here. Quadra kill over to the side of Nova's jungle. They are going for all 3 outer turrets off the side of BTR plus the Shadow Tyrant here. From a 2,000 gold lead now, broken apart into almost a 7 to 8,000 gold lead in favor for the side of Nova.
And this is the Konglin that we were expecting. Give the man his fade. Let the man work, because he's able to just go in at his own will and just taking people out. They've had a really tough time dealing with him because Konglin has just been so aggressive and the amount of damage and finding the weak back line. Konglin, again, an absolute sniper in terms of this fade.
I wonder if we get a replay here because there was so much happening in that team fight just now. Shrem was solo diving against ZonQ. Konglin was jumping in, getting multiple fights happening around. Waypit found a beautiful unbridled outburst. Those are key moments that you can see why team fighting is so important. For the side of Nova, they isolated every battle to a 1v1 or 1v2 scenario that's in favor for them.
Yeah, and with this net worth advantage, I mean, you're going to have that edge. I mean, it really helps, obviously, when Xuan is 4-1-0, Konglin is 5-1-3. Like, those are money bags at this point in terms of what they bring to these team fights. But they're taking down the Overlord. They're basically just imparting their will on BIGETRON right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very difficult stronghold if BTR wants to delay this into Gem Myth's power spike, because right now Waypit has the go button here. One unbridled outburst and they can start the fight off immediately, but ZonQ due to the death.
Oh, Duel of Death. He tried to go in for this, but now he's in a bad spot. It looks like Muchi will be killed, but that's not really the target, especially since Konglin is still alive. A sliver of life. He's looking to go for a ball. He's just going for that 1 versus 1. F1 has been killed, and Konglin just continuing on with Ball there, and Ball is not able to do the damage because Lanfeng wasn't in the fight.
It's a good defense nonetheless, because you took down 2 key targets, managed to clear all the waves, and make sure that this potential high ground doesn't fall that easily.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have much. I mean, the Vanguard will be taking out the Annihilation, ensuring that they get this. But my gosh, the mid T3, the bottom one is gone as well. The Shadow Vanguard pushing in. BIGETRON right now need to play defensively.
at the very least, okay, check out this instant replay. This could have been an absolute disaster if BIGETRON never won the engager. Good engage coming in from ZhangQ and Ball to isolate targets like Muchi, and then GenMiv single-handedly eliminating strength from the equation. As of this point, no marksman is left alive to continue any structural damage. If it was a normal 5v5, Overlord reaching over to the high ground, it could be a potential end, or at the very least, the final tier 3 in favor of Nova. But because Ball and ZhangQ found strength, that made all the difference.
Oh, the unending sorrow, dodging most of this, and he's right back to full, and here comes Kong Lin on the revenge tour. He wants to go for ZhangQ. He's just barely alive. The truth is on point by Ballin, but ZhangQ falls in the end, and now they turn their attention. They want to just continue to dive. They are sending a message as GenMiv is going to be picked off in the fountain, and Nova will take game 2, equalizing in the series.
14 minutes with 15 kills, Nova Esports with superior team fighting and individual prowess, they bite back strong in this game number 2. Game 1 was draft, was proper gameplay coming in by BTR. Game 2, absolute slaughter in team fight. Very different styles of winning, but now, series has been equalized between these two teams.
Yeah, very impressive. Both squads, right? Being able to just kind of understand how to get back into this one. Kong Lin, an absolute beast on this fade. That's how you want to do it. But it really started with Xuan, his Chicha, right? Being able to just kind of set the tone with those first 3 kills to set up the game, really set themselves up where BIGETRON were playing defensive, trying to just get back into the game somehow.
First solo kill on towards Bao level 1 in. Second one, you jump towards mid lane and get 2 more kills for yourself. Man, that was definitely a performance of our first ever Chicha Clash lane for KIS4. Interested to see who else will bring it in towards the table for future teams. Hey, Global Ban Pick, you cannot pick it anymore for Xuan at the very least.
Yeah, but this opens up the door for the future, right? We just see the power of it. The reveal by Nova Esports saying, hey, Chicha, it's great, even in the Clash lane. And now other teams have to kind of get on it, right? All the Clash laners need to start playing it, need to figure out the lane matchup, because you saw what happens when you're not familiar with it. Ball, you're going to give up first blood.
The extent of the laning phase is really like that. You cast a spell in, if you focus on farming as Ball, you're gonna get shot by the arrows, I think maybe 2 or 3 times. Every time you go from your melee form to overkill form, 50% refund, 50% refund. And then you know like, oh, my arrows are pretty free. I'm just gonna stab them. The more HP they lose, the more true damage and execute damage they take on those arrows.
Yeah, just too much, right? And I think on-port targeting, Kong Lin leads Nova to level the score. It couldn't have been a better, newsreel in that sense, because that's exactly what happened. Kong Min really showing up and saying, hey, game 2, I got this one. Game 1 wasn't the greatest, but again, we'll bounce back.
And let's check out the stats that's been provided by us in this second game of this series here. 109 on towards Wendy here, 3-1 and 8 on towards Muji. But take a look at Kong Ling and also Xuan, banking in most of the kills, but Kong Ling having the most kill participation in the side of Nova Esports.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to play this one. I mean, the fact that Weipit didn't die, just Zhang Fei, again, this is why that hero was very strong. The amount of control that they had. Muchi was 3-1 and 8. He was doing a number himself. Wendy with that sustain. The heals were on point. Kong Lin, again, just finding that back line. 6-1 and 8. And Xuan setting it up strong, finishing 6-2 and 4. Really well played by Nova throughout.
And Weipit as well, 0-0-13 on the Zhang Fei, similar to what we saw last game coming in from F1. These Zhang Fei so far in this series has been pretty amazing in finding those perfect unbridled outbursts.
Yeah, just it's been perfect, right? I think that even both sides, right? F1 had an amazing one himself in game 1. Game 2, Weipit responds with his own maestro of a play in terms of this Zhang Fei. So really setting it up. I mean, we knew that these two teams are going to really want it. Who's going to take number 1? A lot of, at stake, right? Being able to pick your opponent, going to be huge in the knockout stage. There's a lot at stake in this series. And now we have essentially a best of 3 to find out who will be number 1.
And that's the exciting part coming in for this series here. Everybody thought it's going to be a clean 3-0. At the very least, some of the fans, that's going to be Nova on towards BTR. But BTR coming in strong in game 1 and Nova coming in fierce as a revenge, as a retaliation in game 2. So no one will know what's going to happen in the next 3 games. Maybe it goes to game 5. Maybe one of these teams 3-1s the others. Nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows right now. I mean, that's the brilliance and the why these games are so much fun, right? These series. I mean, like Vitality being able to bounce back. Like game 1 was super impressive with a roster that we were kind of like questioning, right? How ready are they? They're ready. But now Nova Esports, it's coming back to the draft. They had their own trump card, and this Chicha pick is really throwing people off. Plus, you had Kong Lin on this fade, who was just absolutely dominating as well. And now with the global ban pick, both of these heroes, very strong ones for Nova, are not able to be picked moving forward.
We're starting to, see some of the heroes, like you mentioned, right, slowly removed from the pool, slowly dwindle down to more pick and ban pressure on towards the coaching staff. So it's going to be Wintermelon, also Coach Cishwai coming in for both of these teams. So for them to settle the score in the pick and bans, that's going to be really important in allowing both of these teams to have much more of a comfortable environment, because we saw draft is important. Game 1, that was easy win coming from BTR. They control everything systematically. They forced Nova into such a difficult position, even with their signature picks. That's how coaches play.
Yeah, and even moving forward, it's going to be even more of a chess match, right? In terms of which heroes are available, what's going to happen. Because it seemed like Nova Esports were definitely loaded for bear with this draft. They had a very strong one, and they had a good draft synergy, and execution was on point as well. So they need to continue on with that. But now with a somewhat, diminishing hero pool, yes, it's only game 3, and we have a lot of heroes ahead of us. But the man, of course, the MVP of this one, will, of course, be Chuan, right? So with the Chicha, the Forge Maiden, 624, 51,000 damage taken, but he was making so much of an impact, especially early.
The first 3 kills in towards the game and the last 2 kills on towards the backline, those are key ones coming in for the Forge Maiden himself. For this one, I would say the first 3 ones, it was too impactful to not give him the MVP. We know that Colin got a quadra kill, but you gotta say, how did the quadra kill happen? It was because this person, Chuan, found the opportunity for Colin.
Yeah, he was just setting it up. I mean, Chuan was just an absolute menace, right? And just being able to just run it down and kind of find it. But this is a good turnaround. BIGETRON responding, understanding that Chuan needs to die as well as Kong Lin. And they had completely turned this game. And things were looking in their favor, but just too much Kong Lin in the end. They gave him too much space, I would think.
Yeah, it's difficult, right? But this is the fight that we need to give prize over to. Sean was 1v1ing against the side of ZanQ here, and on towards the flip side here, Ball failed the assassination on towards Muji, and with no proper peel coming in from the side of BTR, Genmif and also Lanfeng left to dry in towards the mid lane.
Yeah, and look at this is on ZanQ. He was actually looking to chase Muchi. I felt like that was a little bit of an overextension. Maybe you look to fight under the tower, so you have those tower shots to kind of help a little bit and play a little bit more defensively. Obviously, ZanQ is a much better player than I, but this is one of those things where you're looking in hindsight, is like, did he really need to go that aggressive for Muchi?
Maybe it's to protect the high ground turret here. If the turret actually gets focused down by the overlords, then there will be too much wave pressure for the side of BTR to actually put up a proper fight. And maybe in the eyes of ZanQ, it's like, oh, Muchi's out of position, I gotta go now.